Hey folks, Real Honesty with John Ritland. I'm John Ritland, the SmackDown Live New Orleans review, also with the little 205 live at the end, like I've been doing since very late last year. Um, Honestly, it was a decent show. I mean, they weren't going to do too many crazy things with Money in the Bank. Just around the corner, they were going to establish stuff and say, here are the people in the matches. Here are some matches. Here you go. I can't say it was totally lazy booking. I mean, you did have New Day come out with some New Orleans jazz members. That was cool, and I really like that. I love jazz, Louisiana jazz in particular. And if I wasn't allergic to smoke, I would actually travel. Like even into New Orleans, maybe visit a couple clubs and do some, New Orleans, partake in some New Orleans jazz. Because I really enjoy it. I enjoyed the soul of it, love the music, love it. But on with the show. I mean, New Day had their typical promo and everything. Usos come out. The Usos cannot cut promos for shit. The Usos are god awful. They're decent in the ring. Actually, they're even pretty good in the ring. But they're trying to make them something they aren't. They are not street tough. I mean, it's ridiculous. It should not say day one-ish. It should say day one shit on their shirts. Then Breezango comes out, cuts a couple funny jokes. I mean, or at least cuts a couple jokes, and then, keeps making the day one is H, joke about the Usos t-shirts. The Colognes come out. The Colognes are even worse than the Usos, because at least the Usos actually have captured tag team championship, gold recently. When was the last time the Colognes did anything relevant? I mean, it's been years. Whether that's booking or just them being not that good, we don't know. But then we have the Usos and the Colognes versus New Day and Breezango. And I just want to also point out that JBL, why does JBL still have a goddamn job? I mean, his commentary is fucking awful. Fucking terrible. He's calling, the Usos and New Day, the two best tag teams in the last decade. No, there are better teams. Definitely better teams than the Usos. And I mean, I'm sorry, New Day, while a great team, they're not necessarily a modern day Freebirds, even though they are very good and they are very, synchronized in the ring. There are way better teams that have been around the past decade. But whatever, I don't expect JBL and his idiocy to ever know anything about decent wrestling. He was never good wrestling. He's a garbage commentator. And again, hashtag fire JBL. Moving on, it was a decent 8-man tag, was what it was. Faces get the win, New Day and Breezango get the win. Colognes took the fall, as should have been, as was tradition. They should have taken the fall, and there was no reason for them not to. They're probably going to get... I would not be surprised if sometime next year they get released. I just can't see rebranding them anymore. They aren't doing anything. I'm not wishing for people to lose their jobs. You need jobbers and stuff, but you might need fresh jobbers because the Colognes are really stale. Really, really stale. New Day versus Usos ought to be decent, and Breezango maybe can get a title shot down the road. Zayn, overexcited. Is this a new thing that they're doing with the popular baby face that doesn't fit the mold of WWE? They're doing it with WWE. They're doing it with Bayley on Raw. They're kind of turning her weird. And they're making Zayn overexcited like he's a child on speed. I mean, he's taking Mojo's thing, even though Mojo's got a little bit of excitement. And speaking of Mojo, then you have Zack Ryder coming back. Cool. I'm excited. Maybe you have a possible heel turn or something. You have the Hype Bros go for a tag title shot sometime right after SummerSlam or at SummerSlam. They don't win, and say Zack Ryder snaps and beats Mojo. Or have Mojo go heel. I don't know. Still, it's good to see Zack Ryder back. And then Naomi versus Tamina. It was flat, and part of that is because Naomi's not bad. Naomi's not bad in the ring. Actually pretty athletic, but she can only work with somebody who can put on a good match, and Tamina is past that point. She can't do it. Lana was also at ringside looking great in a blue dress. Naomi gets the win. Lana attacks her with some weird, finisher. It was like a weird, it was like a weird chicken wing buster or something like that. I fear Lana's going to win at Money in the Bank, but I have my Money in the Bank prediction show due sometime later, so we'll see about that. But it was a flat match, and Naomi deserves better. Tamina, I do not see Tamina lasting very long in the company. I just don't. I think by next year she's gone. Jinder promo, the guy, it's so fucking embarrassing what they're doing with the WWE title. So fucking embarrassing. It's not even as much Jinder's fault as it is just they rushed it too soon. If they had gone to, say, SummerSlam and had him win the title, Maybe it would have worked, but it's fucking embarrassing. Jinder's terrible. They're shitting over the legacy of their own WWE title. It is bad. It is really, really, really fucking bad. And it's not good heat. It's not anything. People hate it because they want something different that they can enjoy. Jinder is not enjoyable. Jinder is garbage. I mean, and that's not to say that the man himself is garbage. The character is garbage. You can reinvent this all you want. It is not working. And then you had Orton come out with an RKO out of somewhere. Yay. Orton's not going to win a Money in the Bank. One thing I want to say, the WWE, USA Network, whoever makes a call, whoever, if you're going to show the match, show a screen of the match during the commercials, stick with it and do it every commercial break, or don't do it at all. Because switching back and forth between it is jarring. I personally wouldn't do it at all either because there's no real point. I mean, you can't hear the commentary, which means you can't hear JBL, which is a good thing because JBL's horrible on commentary. But just do one or the other. Don't do it at all, or do it all the time. Just pick one. Natty versus Charlotte, it was decent. It was pretty good for what it was for a TV match. They've had better matches, of course, on pay-per-view and, at like NXT in 2014, which was a damn good show. I forget, I think it was in May or June, and it was the women's tournament final, crown a new women's championship, new women's champion. I think actually it was in May. It was a damn good match. This was good for what it was, and Charlotte did hit an awkward natural selection. It was like Natty didn't quite know when the finish was coming or something, or maybe Natty was not loopy, hopefully not. It was a little awkward, but Charlotte did get the win. Disappointed Becky was not on TV. I mean, Becky was on TV briefly, looking beautiful as always. I'm disappointed she was not in a match. Oh well. Charlotte got the win. Pretty good match for what it was. Fashion Files, I mean, I'm not really sure what they were doing this week, and I did like the generic thing under Sami Zayn's shirt, or Sami Zayn's picture, where he's just standing there like this, and the sign said need a mask next to it, or needs a mask. El Generico reference, of course, but I mean, it was what it was, and it was decent. I don't know what Breezango was wearing. It was kind of troubling. We might get Breezango versus the Colognes on the Money in the Bank pre-show. They need more matches. They only have 5 announced matches as of me recording this review, and I checked the card just before I started recording, so they're going to need more matches on this Money in the Bank card. But still, decent. And then you had Corbin, Ziggler, and Owens versus Styles, Nakamura, and Zayn. It was a good 6-man tag, as you would expect. Everybody got their shots in. Everybody got their spots in. Zayn managed to get the win, which was a little bit shocking, I guess. He's not going to win Money in the Bank. And, of course, everybody's attacking everybody. Owens uses the weapon as a ladder. Corbin runs in. Corbin attacks people. Corbin looks like he's going to get Money in the Bank. The briefcase, like to end the show. Nakamura knocks him down. Then Nakamura grabs the briefcase, so Nakamura's not winning. I think Corbin's winning. But I'll talk about that in my Money in the Bank previews. So, I'll say C+. I'll say C+ episode for SmackDown. It just edges Raw. We also don't need to see Raw commercials like Roman Reigns ads on SmackDown. Keep Roman Reigns off TV, as far as I'm concerned. They won't, but I'm bored of him. Anyway, 205 Live, you have Titus showing up with the Titus brand stuff with Tozawa. I see enough of this on Raw. I don't need to see it on... I guess it's for its continuity, but it's ridiculous. I don't care for it. Corey Graves and Vic Joseph, who apparently does commentary or does announcing on... I think he was like a backstage guy in NXT. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I mean, even though Tom Phillips and Corey Graves have some pretty good chemistry, I'm fine with it. I think it'll be fine. I'm willing to give Vic Joseph a chance. Maybe in a few months, if he's not that good, then I'll rail against him. Cedric Alexander versus Arya Daivari. It was decent. Get the whole Alicia Fox, Noam Dar thing away from this. Alicia Fox is so goddamn annoying in this role and makes Dar look like a damn fool. Does not help him. But Cedric, of course, got the win. It was a decent match. It was a fine opener, and Daivari looked strong in defeat. Aries has an interview. Talks about how he's injured. He's got a neck thing and a knee thing. Doctors won't clear him. Maybe this means it's just going to be for a few weeks. But it's possible it might be for a while. I say put him back on commentary, make a 3-man commentary team, and keep Aries fresh on TV. Nese versus Aries could be a good feud whenever Aries comes back to the ring. And of course, Gallagher is back. Broke, Sir Umbrellaton III, Sir William Umbrellaton III, or however it was. It was good. It was good. I like it. Gallagher versus Nese next week. That'll be a fun match. And Tozawa versus TJP as the main event. That was damn good. Very enjoyable. You had some good back and forth action. Tozawa's hugely over with the crowd. And maybe the words of Rich Swann said to TJP right before TJP went out had an effect on him, and we could see TJP start to get his, stuff back. Maybe not be the same babyface he was when he won the Cruiserweight title. Maybe make it a bit of an in-between. But get to where TJP is a little more relevant. I mean, he's a great talent. I'm just saying, use him better. Him losing to Tozawa was expected. Neville and Titus are backstage. Neville's going to challenge Tozawa. Or, wants Tozawa to challenge him basically for the Cruiserweight title. He wants to just start decimating all the Cruiserweights, which is how it should be. Tozawa may not take the title from him at Great Balls of Fire, but it could happen at SummerSlam, and I'm all for it. So 205 Live gets a B-. And I'm just saying B- because of the Fox Dar stuff, the Alicia Fox and Noam Dar stuff. But anyway, do you agree? Do you disagree with what I said? Like, share, comment, subscribe. My Twitter link is in the description. It's been Real Honesty with John Rittland. I'm John Rittland. I'll see you soon.